Hey guys, today I'm interviewing Tyler Davis. He's a production manager and he's a sound engineer, all that good stuff. I'm going to be talking to him about all that and how he does all that. I'm very excited. So enjoy. Icebreaker questions.
Okay, cool.
So, What's your favorite movie?
Recently it's been Cloud Atlas. When that came out, that's kind of taken my top spot. But kind of traditionally in my life and my family, Forrest Gump is like, we watch it at least once a year together as a family. And so, but I'm a big Tom Hanks fan. Yeah. If he's watching, hi Tom. The Cloud Atlas, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of an investment because it's about a little over 3 hours long, but completely worth many watchings.
I don't know about that.
Oh, no, you didn't like it?
Like 3 hours?
Oh, no, totally worth it. Totally worth it. I've spent like many hours of my life in that movie, and it's actually come to be like a very poignant movie that's encapsulated a lot of my personal beliefs and views, and been a good representation of kind of what I feel inside. And also you get to like see fight scenes and explosions.
Whoa.
And there is some good-looking females. Halle Berry, if you're watching.
Oh, right? She's in it?
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Dude, Tom Hanks, Halle Berry, Hugo Weaving from The Matrix. The cast is insane.
Damn.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Have I heard of this movie? I don't...
It was an independent release. That's the thing. It's the highest budget independent release. It was done by the Wachowskis, who did The Matrix, and Tom Twyker. So they had 3 directors direct different segments of the movies, which was really cool.
This
is
really interesting.
Oh my God, Cloud Atlas, go see it. And
maybe they can sponsor.
Totally, it came out years ago, but
when did it? Like in the early 2000s?
No. It was 2000 and maybe 12 or 13. Okay. Ish. I have to refresh my memory, but but I own 3 copies. I own the DVD with extras, and the Blu-ray.
So that's really your favorite movie?
Yeah, kind of, for sure. I love it. But again, I think it's important to have a movie that is, movies can be entertaining, but they also can represent, what you are feeling at a certain moment in your life, and that's very, very important.
Yeah.
Just like music, but for me, that movie is it for sure. Yeah.
Favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show. So I'm a millennial, so I don't have a cable.
Yeah.
I think that's a requisite of being a millennial, is you are not supposed to have cable. And so Netflix and streaming, services have been the number one thing for me. So I don't watch things as they happen. I like to find a show and just binge it. I love sci-fi, so I love the short-run sci-fi shows like 4400, Jericho, things that lasted only a few seasons or so. And because it's not when Lost came out, all my friends would get together every week and do that.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that for 10 years. That's
some people do.
Some people do, but we have stuff to do. I can't devote one day a week for 10 years to this thing.
Yeah.
I love okay, I know it's only 3 seasons, so I can. It's like reading a good book, condensed, nice. I can do it at my own pace. So I love sci-fi, but the one show that I'm watching currently that is coming out that we have to stream is Better Call Saul. We have an account with AMC, so So me and my family and few close friends and my girlfriend are watching that.
Nice.
Better Call Saul. It's great show, great writing.
My dad watches it. And he loves it.
I mean, if you like Breaking Bad, it's the same vibe.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's not my thing, but he loves it.
Totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm into the sci-fi normally. I like. I'm working my way through all the X-Files right now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do Twin Peaks and.
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, totally. I haven't taken the plunge yet, but it's definitely on the radar. So,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm mostly a sci-fi guy with I like to, and then I'll watch an occasional dumb action movie. Just
shit and giggles.
Exactly. Yeah, and then comedy as well. Like The Office is one of the greatest shows of all time. Arrested Development, one of the greatest shows of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mostly like things that are either going to make me laugh or make me not be on this planet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be in a world with aliens or lasers or, crazy weapons or crazy whatever. If I'm going to invest myself into something, I don't want it to be like, I don't know why I'm calling this out, but like Murder, She Wrote or something, where it's like, real life is not. I like it to be a little fantastical.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I can't do Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry, everyone. Ever. I can't do it.
Ever.
I can't do it. I cannot do Game of Thrones.
Because it's like the number one show right now. Game of Thrones.
It's one of the number one shows. And I get it, and I like that it is. Because, A, it puts a lot of people to work, and I know a lot of people in the industry that benefit from jobs like that.
That's true.
Awesome. Do it. I'm not going to watch it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, there's a comedian that I think Pete Holmes said this, or someone, he's like, anything with realms, just count me out. Like, if there's realms, just, no thank you. I'm out.
Yeah.
Anyways, that might be a little contradictory, because I do love, like, sci-fi and different worlds and stuff like that, but, yeah, if you're gonna be in a different world, I'd rather have a laser gun than a battle axe, I guess, is what it boils down to. So, sorry, everyone. Hopefully my progeny, my kids may watch this.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you're welcome. So books, right? So books. Sorry, favorite book. Okay, it's a cop-out answer. Cloud Atlas started out as a book. So, but you know what? I'm just gonna not even say that. But you know what? A great book, Power of Now. Which is more of like a self-help kind of. 2D.
That's on my to-do list.
Sure, it's a great book. And it's not as heavy as some self-help stuff. It's not as heavy as some psychology stuff. But it is a little like you have to kind of be invested a little bit, and you have to get through it. That's a book recently that I've read in the past few years that definitely changed my life for the better. It's not like I don't take any courses in it. I don't preach about it. I don't do anything like that. I just read it. I like it. I like some things from it, so I've kind of extracted that and put it into my life. So
nice.
Yeah.
Favorite song?
Oh boy, gosh almighty. God, this is the last time I'll even bring it up, but Cloud Atlas's score. Oh my God. No, the score is amazing. And something I'll say about that is that the score in that film is its own character. And so any film that has the score as a character or that plays a role,
that's really cool. It's
amazing. There's themes that come in that they rework and repurpose. And it's like it's its own living, breathing thing. And so film scoring or compositions that can do that is amazing. I mean, that's like kind of that's my favorite kind of movie. Again, like Forrest Gump, like the theme. You could in your mouth, you see the feather and you hear the song. Like it's such an integral part of the movie. Like you couldn't play Enter Sandman over that feather falling down by Metallica. I'm like, it just wouldn't wouldn't do it. But by an actual band, let's see. I'll pick something newer. But I downloaded a song. Hold on, I just Shazammed it yesterday and downloaded it because I thought it was awesome. But it's Mirror Man by Ella Henderson. I hadn't heard of her, and I heard it in a store, and I was like, Siri, what is this song?
Just like that.
Just like that. And so Ella Henderson, off the album Chapter 1, called Mirror Man, just really great, a really great groove, really great vocal, and just something where I was walking through, what's a manly store? A gun shop. Let's say I was walking through a gun shop. It definitely,
what were you walking through, actually?
It wasn't Forever 21. Well, let me tell you that.
They have men's clothing there now. It's okay.
Okay, well, maybe it was that. I forget. I was in a store, and they were playing the song, and it actually jumped out of the speakers at me and grabbed my attention, which is cool because a lot of store music is just that. Store music. Background kind of washes over you, and this song definitely grabbed me, and I'm going to be checking out the rest of her stuff because I think that particular song is going to, like, once you hear a song by an artist, it'll open up a whole new world of that artist to you. So so that's a song that, like, I heard like 2 days ago or something. So good stuff. Mirror Man.
Shout out
Ella Henderson. Hi, Ella. She's not going to watch.
Everyone's going to watch.
Yeah.
That we're talking about. Favorite color?
It's in the green spectrum, so darker greeny spectrum. I think forest green might be a word for it.
Forest green, okay.
Yeah, dark green. I love dark
Okay.
green.
Not light green?
Not light green. I like dark green because it's equally as calming to me as like a nice blue or a nice deep blue, but it also has a sense of, I get a real sense of comfort and like story behind the color green. I don't know why. I always have. I'm kind of a nerd. I play Magic the Gathering, if you know what that is. It's a nerdy game.
No.
It's an actual, like, you have to be in front of it.
Magic. Okay,
yeah.
My brother used to play it.
Yeah, it's so nerdy. It's bad. But, like, you get to choose the element that you want to use, and I always chose green, no matter what. Like, it always drew me. And there's something about it that is, like, kind of powerful, but also peaceful at the same time. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
Favorite place in LA?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm born and raised here, just like you are, right?
Me too.
Yeah. Right.
Born and raised.
So, favorite place in LA would be Nashville, Tennessee. Just kidding.
I was like, LA?
Right. LA, you know, it's funny, being from here is a unique experience because you get to see everyone come in and, like, get wowed by everything. Yeah. And it's like, okay, like, I've been to Disneyland, I could probably count on, like, 2 hands.
2 hands.
2 hands, and I've been here my whole life.
I could count on, like, 4 hands.
Okay, but that's a lot, I think. Yeah. To me, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But then again, you're from here, but you probably dig it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, after a while, it's, like, the same old thing.
Right, and like, I also discovered that I'm not a beach person at all. Not a beachy.
Ooh.
Well, I'm a valley kid, you know?
I'm not a beachy either.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say ooh.
I'm not a beach. Yeah, right? I'm not a beach head.
My best friend is, but I can't do it.
Right. It's just, I don't know. So the way I look at it is, what makes LA great is that there are tons of people here. Most of them are awesome, and there's a couple people that suck. But it's mostly just pockets of awesomeness everywhere you go. But you do have to dig for it. It's not like you'll go to it's not like you just get off the train in Hollywood, the Red Line, go up, and amazingness starts happening. You kind of have to dig for it. You have to find the cool spots. You have to find what's going on. So I would say favorite. I would say favorite area in LA. I really love Pasadena. Like it's always been a special place in my heart.
It's really hard to get to.
Yeah, I see. Everyone thinks that so any area that isn't their area is hard to get to.
Okay.
You know,
me. Yeah.
Right. It's like, hey, do you want to go to the West Side?
No.
Boo. So I love Pasadena. It's a great little area. It's kind of a good mixture of like high class nightlife, down to earth people and restaurants, but then also you're not gonna get stabbed. So yeah, I like that area. But my favorite like location in LA. That's a good question. Maybe I should be cheesy and be like, oh, my mom's house. Like, no, definitely not.
You can choose like a city like Pasadena. That's fine.
Well, but
there's so many places you can. It's a hard question.
Yeah, it is a hard question. But you know, a place that always delivers and is always amazing is the Getty. Always an amazing, like, they always have really great exhibits, but their standard exhibits are just really nice. The grounds are super nice, but and then I love the view off the back there, just amazing. But it's a great question. But yeah, I'll say, actually take your pick of the museums. Museums out here are truly world class. Like,
yeah.
But I particularly love the Getty. I've done so many events there. I'll set up concerts there, special events, and it's always quite a treat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the questions.
Yeah, sure.
How did you get into production management?
Sure. That's a great question.
Thank you.
So I imagine, like a lot of people, I started out as a musician, and when you do that and you try to make money as a musician, you face the hard reality that it's awful hard to do, to survive as a musician. So I was a musician, but I'd always had a love for the technical things in life, recording and mixing and live sound and doing all that. So when being a musician didn't quite pan out the way that I had hoped, I kind of turned to my love of technicality and technical things, and in specifics, I started working at a studio in Santa Monica, which I was driving from Tujunga to Santa Monica, like every day.
Why?
Because but it was actually a wonderful like bass experience. I was like 18. And they were having me intern and then assistant engineer at the studio in Santa Monica, and it was amazing. I had all the toys, all the gizmos and gadgets I could ever want, and so then cut to a couple of years in the recording studio game, I started realizing what I love doing is I love recording a band, producing the band, recording, mixing, mastering the band. Then I would go to see their live show, and it was always a little off. Like, it was never quite the way that I had imagined it. So I started, like, just doing sound for the bands that I would record. I remember there was this band called the Peets, rest in peace. They broke up a long time ago. Great band, though. And I recorded them, like, half a dozen times. So, like, at different points in my career, so it was like, I literally saw myself progress. Like, the first EP, I recorded with them with one microphone. Second EP was like 2 microphones.
Oh my God.
But like, we went on to like the later stuff. I'd be like, okay, I grew so much, and I could catalog that growth, which is kind of cool. And I started doing sound for them live because like I wanted to I wanted to get their message across the best way I could because I was with them in the studio doing that.
Yeah.
So then I started getting really into live sound and being kind of fascinated with, how an artist comes across to the audience because at an event, sound can really make or break the experience.
Yeah.
It's such an integral part of the performance where, if it's not good, if the sound is unintelligible, not clear, if it's not loud enough, if it's too loud, it's just actually kind of a delicate balance for people to accurately get the message, for people to come away fulfilled seeing the artist they came to see, and I like being the person to facilitate that.
Yeah.
So after doing live sound for several years, in the past few years, I've gotten into kind of overseeing the event production as a whole. So not only just being in charge of the sound department or the sound aspect of an event, but being the like logistical kind of like umbrella that like, okay, let's load power in first, and then staging and trussing and lighting and video and sound, and how do these all interact, and how do these all fit together, and how do these elements play nice with each other, and that's a whole skill set in and of itself.
So you do all of that, including the lighting.
Right. Well, yeah, and I would never consider myself like a lighting engineer or a lighting designer or a video engineer. Like, I know enough about each of those processes to get myself thoroughly in trouble. But I know enough, and I know realistically, I know enough to say, okay, this is the final product that we're aiming for. So what needs to happen to achieve that goal? And so I've been, if someone wants to hire me as just the sound engineer or just the lead sound tech to handle the sound department, great. If someone says, we have no idea what we're doing, this is what we want to do, make it happen, I can at least, make that happen, because I know I can call a lighting guy. I know I can call a video guy. I know I can call staging and power and security and catering and decor, all that stuff, pyro. So I know enough people to make things happen, and I think that's the most valuable thing you can have in this city and in this industry is, so you calling me and say, hey, I want to put on, this show. Okay, great, awesome. What's your budget? Can I go over it? And no, okay, fine. So then I'll make the appropriate calls and make it happen. So, and again, I only can do that because of the people that I know, the amazing people that I know. Exactly. Yeah. I've been on enough shows and so when someone does a really exemplary job on a show, I'll go up to them and I'll be like, listen, can I call you in case X, Y, or Z? Could you handle this situation? Yeah. In fact, one time I was like, I went to a video guy recently, a couple months ago. I was like, how would you tackle doing a festival for about 5,000 people with this budget, with this equipment? And he was like, well, I would probably do this, and this. And I was like, okay, you're hired. Now make that happen.
That was like a test.
Right, exactly, yeah, exactly. And so stuff like that, happens, and it's purely because my mindset is show up to the job site, smile on your face, make the thing go right, without breaking any hearts, without busting balls in a way that is like people leave bad taste in your mouth. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't say that together, but yeah, you want to be known as the guy that can make it happen and isn't hard to work with. Because I don't want to work with someone that's hard to work with, and I don't want them on my team. So just show up, do a good job, smile on your face. End of the day, you will get called for another show. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
That's right. That's the way I look at it.
It's your philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So what's your real passion? Because you do all these things. So what's your real favorite thing to do?
It is still doing. It's still this. If I get the opportunity to produce, mix, master, record, engineer, be there through the process entirely for a band's or an artist's vision, excel at now is bringing that vision to a live format. So whether or not if I'm a part of that process before the live event or the live performance or tour or whatever it is, if I'm a part of it before, great, awesome, super stoked, like that's amazing, I love it. And then once I can bring that to life in front of people, that's kind of where my heart is kind of bursting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry to get super cheesy, but like, I've been on events where I'm like, this is like amazing. Like the fact that we're bringing the artist's vision to life in the way that they want and the fans expect, and everyone's being fulfilled. There's nothing better. And then the capacity to be a part of that process before, whether it's songwriting or producing, mixing, mastering, whatever, that's like the icing on the cake. Yeah. So like if I, like for instance, my dream thing, right? My dream, like I would pay $1 million to do it, would be to help songwrite with an artist, produce with them, be a part of the engineering and production of the album, the record, and then be the production manager for like a world tour. Like to me,
so do all of it with the artist,
A to Z. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And help bring that to life from A to Z.
Yeah.
To me, that's kind of like,
that's awesome.
That's like the dream. That's like, and if it happens to be Beyonce, I mean, I'm not gonna
shout out to Beyonce if you're watching.
Yeah, she's totally watching. She will in the future.
Totally.
When I'm on tour with her, I'll be behind the Bebe.
What?
Isn't she called Bebe?
Isn't she?
Bay
Is she?
or Bay? Beyonce?
I think she's called Bay.
Bay. I call her Bebe.
You talk to Beyonce.
Yeah.
On a daily. So what are your duties as a production manager? You kind of touched on it. Sure.
No, I mean, basically, I would say your number one thing is to not freak out, because it's you're the top of the waterfall. So anything you do is going to cascade. So if you freak out, your department heads are going to freak out. Your staff is going to freak out. And so number one, keep your cool, make it happen.
Yeah.
I always think in my mind, I'm like, I've made it happen before. It's no different. I'm just gonna make it happen again. We're all making a cake. It's just what ingredients are you using?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So chill out.
Do you like to edit or produce more?
Produce by far.
Okay.
Editing. Doing like stuff like editing, vocal editing, drum editing, parts editing, comping, all that kind of like is the like bane of my studio existence. I hate it so much. If I could, I would hire someone to do all that.
Yeah,
absolutely. My favorite thing is to produce and basically be the guy that says, here's what I think. This would go good here. This would sound good like this. This should be played like this, and this should be played like this. And then the artist or the band, or I also have a band, so sometimes they will say, okay, you can go screw yourself. And I'll say, fair. Or they'll be like, okay, let's try it, or, great idea, or whatever. And that's kind of all the so I still love technical stuff. In the studio, I get lost a little bit because I get like technical ADD, where I'll be editing a vocal, and with today's technology, you can do anything. You can do anything at all. Like you can take a vocal and like change the way the throat sounds in the vocal after it's recorded. And so maybe this syllable should have a wider sound, and then this syllable should have a narrower sound, or maybe this should be a tiny bit brighter. Like it's just I get too into the weeds, man.
Yeah.
And so now I love doing that kind of stuff live. I love tweaking and fine tuning and nailing it live because you have a deadline.
Yeah.
Because the band is gonna play at 8 o'clock, and you can't be.
Isn't that so much pressure, though?
I love it. That's
okay.
that's 100% what drives me and what
your motivation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On show days, I rarely eat because I'm so driven by the adrenaline and the knowledge that a band goes on, and you can't be ready at 9 o'clock if they're playing at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's like there's no undo button.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make it go right.
That would be so scary for me, though.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, though.
Yeah.
I love roller coasters, bungee jumping, all that. I love it. It gives me. It's actually safe to me because I know that it has to be done by this time.
Yeah.
No other way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the studio, it's infinite.
Like you can screw up and you can edit it.
You can you can keep on going forever and ever.
Yeah.
And so in the studio, what I ended up doing was, so I have a band, and what we did for all of 2015 was we wrote, recorded, and released one song per month. And that was amazing because it finally gave me a deadline.
Mm-hmm.
It would literally come down to 11:55 p.m. on the last day of the month, and we'd be like, okay, we have to post this now. Who cares if the reverb isn't right? Let's post it.
Yeah.
And we would get it done. We would just get it done. And that was by the end of that year. I had it was very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt professionally so much more adept, especially in the studio, at just being able to get stuff done. And I think a lot of people struggle with that in the studio is they'll work on something forever. One of Boston's albums, you know the band Boston,
mm-hmm.
it took something like 10 years.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, get it done, guys.
Do it.
It's like that Shia LaBeouf. Do it. So, okay, if I were to say to artists out there, who are writing or recording, set yourself a deadline. You can be unhappy with the product. Just set a deadline.
Yeah.
Because if you're unhappy with the product, you can always go back. You can always adjust and re-release. And people actually love that stuff. People love demos. Think about when you're in high school. Some of my favorite things were demos of bands that I would get. There was this band called the Spill Canvas, and I still have their demo to this day. And one of my favorite things, it sounds like crap, but it's amazing because the songs were amazing. The songs were there. If your songs are there, get it done. Put it out. Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfection is great, but who really remembers perfection? You know what I mean? It can be very memorable if done in the right way and if the circumstances are right. But if you're an artist and you're putting out your first or second EP or a first or second single, what people will resonate with is the song, and they honestly. They probably won't care if you have if you don't have Max Martin writing it, or if you don't have or producing it, or the hottest session players or whatever. You know, how many times have you been at a show and someone with just a guitar captures your heart? You know?
Yeah.
That's magic. And so if the magic's there, it's there. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to force it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you try to force it, then it won't be there.
Exactly. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better. And so I was working with a band recently. Really, really great band. But one of the members was kind of like, oh, I don't like my performance. I'm a little hesitant to put this out. And I told this person that you are robbing someone the chance to connect with this music. You are, what if someone needs to hear this?
Yeah.
Legitimately, I'll be honest with you, there have been songs that have, kind of saved my life,
Yeah.
that I needed to hear. And if that song
like
was
in that moment.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're kind of robbing people the opportunity to connect with your music if you keep it to yourself. Your art is not... If you're doing art for yourself, you might want to re-examine that, because once you put it out there, it's other people's now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could ask me how I feel about like Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, and I'll say that is such a special album to me, right? Irrespective of what the guys in the band feel about it, right?
Yeah.
That's my album now. Like it wrote part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just let your music out there. Get it done. Get it out. Let people connect to it or not. And if people don't connect to it, re-examine and say, okay, I'm going to put another bow in my arrow, and I'm going to pull back and aim differently this time. So just get it done.
Nice.
What was the question? Sorry.
What? It's okay.
Oops.
The question was...
it was, do I like editing or producing more? I think. Is that where we're at?
I don't know.
Yeah. And don't undervalue a producer. Even if you just have someone come in and just check your songs or check, just like be like, hey, just get another set of ears in there. Mm-hmm. Very valuable. Yeah. And I love being that for other people. So
nice.
Yeah, if you want a set of ears, holler at me. I'm glad to help out.
What's your ideal sound system setup?
For like a live.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, God, this is gonna start a war. I swear to God.
I know.
Oh Lord. Well, okay. There's a few different concepts. It's like anything. If you're gonna compete in a race, a car race, mm-hmm. you're gonna want a Ferrari or a whatever, right? But if you are going off-roading, you're going to want a Jeep.
Yeah.
Right? Same exact concept. I would say, if I had to say like overall, if I could only have one system for the rest of my life, oh boy, I'm going to get shot. I would probably say Meyer is a really, really good bet, because I've been on Meyer systems for a while and enough to be like, okay, I know how to make them sound good. I know mm-hmm. how to get them to the point where it's usable for pretty much anything. But yeah, Meyer sound systems are great. They've been around. They're one of the most costly in the world for a very good reason. They've been used in the most high pressure, high end venues for many, many years, and they've always performed. Their customer service is excellent. They're based in the Bay Area. And they take care of you. So Meyer is always a good choice. I would never be upset with the Meyer system.
Really?
That being said, if I had to design an ideal setup for EDC, let's say, mm-hmm. I might not choose Meyer.
Okay.
Off the top.
So it depends. It really depends.
It's whether you're going off-roading or running a race.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, for an EDM festival. There are some companies out there that like kill the game. D&B Audio Technic is one of the companies. You put their speakers up, blast music through them. I couldn't be happier. Then again, for like a rock setup, like if I was doing the Chili Peppers or a rock band, it would be hard to beat L-Acoustics. Some of their boxes it's almost like they're made for rock, Mm-hmm. But then again, I was on the NAMM stage, the main stage at NAMM this year, mm-hmm. and it was sponsored by Yamaha. So we had Yamaha consoles and Yamaha speakers. We had their Nexo system, their newest Nexo Ray system. Freaking bananas. Badass. It was super badass sounding. I was blown away. Nexo hadn't really blown my socks off before. And being on that stage and seeing what it could do was huge. Yamaha's killing the game right now. Also, shout out to that stage was also sponsored by DPA Microphones. So that's DPA, Danish microphone company, And Danish people make the Danish. Have you ever had a Danish? It's like the best thing ever. So their microphones are like as good as like Danish.
As a Danish?
Totally.
Nice. That should be their slogan.
Right, as good as actual Danishes.
That won't be a good slogan.
But their microphones killed it. Oh my God. They've actually given me some microphones to test out with an artist, tap dance artist that I'm working with. And just amazing microphones. But the NAMM stage this year sounded better than it's ever sounded because we had DPM microphones coupled with Yamaha equipment, the consoles and the speakers. Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So one size doesn't always fit all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shoes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, like shoes. And like, for instance, if I'm going to be doing sound for a backyard party for like 5 people, I'm not going to bring a $100,000 Meyer system.
No.
I will probably bring an iPhone, and it's all relative to what you're doing.
Yeah.
I do still to this day. I do events that they are high end but very small. So we use high end equipment, but you don't need a lot of it. People are in LA to be songwriters or musicians or producers. I would say work with good people. Keep yourself open to opportunity to work with good people. People are the only currency that I care about. Money's great.
Yeah.
But I get money so that myself, my family, my friends can survive better. That's the whole thing. Mm-hmm. If breathing air like fed you, I don't think I would need money. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I would just hang out with awesome people and try to do awesome stuff. So keep yourself open to collaboration, and don't be an LA person about it and flake out. Like,
yeah,
flaking stuff. But work with people, and if it isn't good, it isn't good. Like, who cares? Move on. It happens. But work with people for sure, because working with people will expand your skill set. Let's say you're a musician and you're working with a great singer, but you guys don't have a tech around. You can start to learn that. You know what I mean? You can, or you can learn how to pick up vocals, or there's so much you can learn that is so valuable. So keep yourself open to opportunity to work with good people. Once you find a good person, start building your team. Your team is where it's at. Once you get and don't, that's no small thing, because in LA we're all in this together, and if you screw someone over, it's a boomerang. It'll come back,
Mm-hmm.
Which we've all had to find out the hard way. Unfortunately, none of us are perfect, but what you can do is just keep your team together, build a good team. Like you had that showcase of amazing artists, by the way. Well done.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Great team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you helped them out by giving them a space to perform. And they helped you out by showing up and performing and, bringing, people. Amazing. Like, that's teamwork right there. So
that's why I love to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So build your team. Be open to building your team. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's like, and keep in mind, from A to Z, every step is important. So always be on the lookout for good members of the team, whether it's a songwriter, producer, technician, musician, live sound engineer, production manager, someone that's, be on the lookout for people that will add to your value no matter what you do, especially if you're an artist. I'm so lucky to be working with amazing artists right now. It's like, it's crazy. And I'm a part of, those people's teams, which becomes family. And you would do anything for your family.
Yeah.
So definitely just keep an eye out. Don't be afraid to go up to someone and say, hey, I think you're pretty swell. let's work together.
I like that word so well.
Oh, it's a great word.
It's a great
You got to
word.
say it. Say it just like that. And yeah, so just don't be afraid, because the worst that can happen is they'll say, "Well, no, thank you." But, okay, cool, no worries. Just like asking a girl out. Go out, no. I don't want to start giving relationship advice. But yeah, just keep yourself open. Again, show up, do a good job, smile on your face. You will get called. You will get called. I know a situation right now where someone just got fired for showing up with a bad attitude.
Yeah.
And not being a team player, and they are being replaced right now. And so,
it's all about the attitude.
All about the attitude. A smile doesn't cost you anything, but it could cost you everything.
Whoa.
I just came up with that.
You just came up with that?
Yeah.
Maybe
I did. Maybe Gandhi said it. I don't know. Smile, smile, smile. It's all, it all works out in the wash. You will get called, I promise. I may call you, you know what I mean? Show up, do a good job, So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For people that are new to LA, the people that are born and raised here that didn't leave, because everyone left. I don't know about you, but
everyone left.
Everyone,
all my friends are gone.
Right? It's so true. We're here for you. Reach out. I reach out to people all the time. I see artists all the time, and I'm like, I just reach out because they may need something that I can offer them.
Yeah.
And again, we're a team, so I reach out all the time. Do not be afraid to reach out. Hey, where's a great place to play, or how do I start busking on the street and making money? What's a good side job for me to have? It's if you're new here, for sure reach out. It will benefit you. And like I said at the beginning, most everyone is cool. Most everyone is cool. But you kind of have to dig for it. So get your shovel, put a smile on, go to work.
Get your shovel?
Yeah, you kind of have to dig for it,
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay, I didn't.
Pun, 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 pun.
Pun, pun, pun. Okay, cool. Thank you, Tyler Davis.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Behind the Birk.